I suck at Fall Guys. But then I thought of something as I was playing Fruit Shoot and watching bananas rain out of the sky. What if I'm not bad? What if I'm only failing because I don't have a banana skin? I mean, let's be real here, it probably is my own skill level, but let's just pretend for the sake of the video that's because I don't have a banana skin. Well, I intend to fix that problem, because in today's video, we're making a Peely skin in Fall Guys. I'm going to 3D model a Fall Guy, then I'm going to 3D model a banana suit, and then I'm going to render it. It's going to look epic. Ready, set, go. Oh, and if you like the content, maybe you can drop a like or consider subscribing. It helps out a ton. Thanks anyways, get in the video. Alright, so I started off as any good Blender artist should, and I deleted everything in the default scene, including the default cube. But I then spent way too much time adding a cylinder, trying to get it how I wanted by just like the polygon count and the shape of it. Literally way too much time on this. This is sped up like 400, 800% or something like that, I don't remember. But after that it was good, and then basically step 1 was done. I had a bean. I adjusted it slightly to fit for the subsurf, you know, adjusted the proportions a little bit. But basically step 1 done, bean. So I decided to start working on the arms. I prepared by first making it so that the entire model was mirrored on both sides. So when I made one arm, it would automatically make the other. This little time save. I started working on my first attempt at an arm, which, spoiler alert, was not good. Like, it was ugly as shit. Like, this was one of the worst. I mean, it's just so ugly. I controlled Z. I control Z'd the fuck out of it. Try to add some more geometry for me to work with, get a little more control, and I started working on attempt 2. And it still looked horrible. It looked square, it looked weird. I played with it a little bit. I Control-Z'd it a few times. I redid it, I undid it. I added more geometry, added less geometry. I tried a bunch of different things. Eventually I got something that looked kind of roundish, like kind of. Wasn't great. I adjusted it a little bit more. I had to come back to it, but it was good for the time being. I actually started adding a new image now. I realized the other one I was using was not great for like demonstrating where to model the arms. So like this one here, that's better for the arms. And at this point in the video, I want to give a massive shout out to Spinny2005. He gave me a lot of drawings that worked as reference and inspiration for this video. So once this is done, make sure to go check him out. He has a lot of cool stuff, and in fact, all the drawings in this video are entirely from him. So they are very helpful, and that's what you're seeing right now behind the model. And it was at that point that my recording crashed, and it didn't record me modeling the hands. Basically, I added a bunch of I subdivided the whole character a bunch of times, and then added the hands by extruding faces, and then I'm spending some time cleaning up the geometry because there are way too many polygons for the state the model's in. It's too early for it to have this many, not nearly refined enough. After I get nice and refine them, start working on the boolean for the face. Here's a tip for doing booleans. Don't do booleans. They're annoying, they ruin the geometry, they look ugly, oh, I hate booleans, but as frustrating and annoying as booleans are to work with, from what I could see, or from what I was looking at trying to figure out, it was the only way I was able to do the face. Because if you look at a Fall Guy's face, it's kind of a mouthful. It kind of has like a cutout, and there's like an inner Fall Guy. It's like a bean wearing a onesie. I didn't really know the best way to cut out like a circle shape, so I decided to just use a boolean. The feet, the hands, the overall shape of the body. A lot of things I end up, as I'm doing now in the recording, I end up kind of coming back to changing over time. Like what you see right now may not be the final thing, and that's what the model looks like in low polygon. Then I started adding eyeballs, so it doesn't look like dead inside. On the actual Fall Guys game, they're just textures, but I decided to make an actual 3D model so it look interesting. I had a quick 3-point lighting setups, and then I started actually working the materials. And I decided to go with just the basic, like, solid pink outfit, not even any underwear or anything. Just make it look very simple. Cuddly, when I was working on the eyes, I actually scaled them up slightly to look a little more expressive. After that, I started adding a couple more lights, changing the setup a little bit, adding some compositing, adding a little platform for him to stand on. Obviously, it's not nearly as fast for me, but for the recording, you see all the little render tiles popping in, and boom! We made a Fall Guy. We made a Tic Tac with legs and arms. Now we can finally get to the interesting part. Making a banana in Fall Guys. Alright, so the first thing I did was bring in extra reference images. First of all, side and front view. Boom. Second of all, just side view. Boom. Third of all, wait, what's this? Like, subscribe, and comment? How did that get there? Get that out of here. That shouldn't be there. And again, all these drawings were made by Spinny2005, so make sure to go check them out after. Okay, so I started working on the actual banana shape, and my first attempt looked kind of awful. I was trying to do a thing where the banana was actually on the outside, trying to fit around the Fall Guy, and I realized that it looked terrible, so after much deliberation and reconfiguring of the butt silly, because the Fall Guy butt keep hanging out, but after a lot of deliberation, I decided to just scrap it completely and start over by actually modeling the Fall Guy itself to be the costume. That way we have a little more creative freedom. This probably wouldn't actually work in-game, but this isn't in-game, so, you know, I get to cheat a little bit. I realized that this thing kind of looks a little bit like a Crayola, I thought, which was kind of annoying, but I put a lot of time on it, so then I started working the bottom part, trying to not look like a Crayola, because that's kind of what it looked like for way too much of the time. Once I started finishing up the bottom part, I started just looking at the model, seeing what needed to be changed, what needed to be changed, and what didn't. And I think it took me like to realize that any person who can see could easily tell you this thing looks horrible. Like, it looks absolutely horrible. Look at this thing. Look at the profile of it. It's so ugly. So I went through some massive design changes on it, changed proportions. And after a lot of editing and like moving around vertices and edges and stuff, I got something that I was like somewhat happy with-ish. Still need to be tweaks, so I was gonna have to make to it here and there. But I decided to start working the materials, get it actually looking yellow, actually looking like a banana. I thought that would help visualize what it would actually look like. The first step, obviously, was to make it yellow, so you could actually like see the banana part. That was the obvious step. I tried to make it a little bit orangey yellow. I made it way more shiny than Fall Guys usually are. Mostly because even though bananas aren't that shiny, Peely is, so I'm kind of trying to make it look like Peely himself. And then just the arms and then eventually the legs to get them to look like they're kind of embedded in the banana, like there's a costume on the outside. I think I did an okay job. I got the arms hanging out, so it looks like it's kind of like he's wearing a big banana suit. Same thing for the legs. I then started adjusting this like tip piece that's on the top. The one that's on the top, I added to the bottom, but it's funny, I spent a lot of time on it, but didn't end up actually using it. Then I used found a Nana sticker. I spent a lot of time removing the background. It was annoying because like the background is the same color as some of the things in the foreground, so it was like annoying to get rid of it. But eventually able to do it. A little pixelated, but it's not really that big a deal. I didn't care that much. So somewhat pixelated Nana sticker. Gonna add that into the back of the model, just like that. Boom, boom, boom. And just the hue and saturation a little bit to pop against the banana. And then I decided to do the final thing, which was to add the like peely eyeballs, ones that are like really shiny, that kind of go on the outside. I'm not really sure. This is probably the biggest thing I'm most unsure about. I decided to have him because I really wanted to show that it was like peely. That's why I have the eyes, but I didn't want to look like he was like wearing peely. I just wanted to look like it was a costume based after peely. I think he did an okay job. And then basically just with the camera slightly, add some animation to the camera, and then click render, and that was pretty much it. What you're seeing right now is a 3D rendered turnaround of the Fall Guy character with the Peely skin on. I think I really did a good job of capturing the essence of Peely in the skin in Fall Guys. I had a lot of fun doing this, but there's nothing left to do. I've added some compositing, added a very basic background, and that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoy the content, if you want to see more videos like this, or you want to see me playing some more Fall Guys, hit like, leave a comment saying what you want to see. If you feel especially generous, click subscribe and you'll join Banana Gang. But until I see you next time, eat a banana.